Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this video is part 5 of my visit to the Antiques Emporium at Pear Mill in Bedbury near Stockport near Manchester. Got it right this time. And yeah, so I have to say at the beginning of this film I got into a bit of stick because I said something about my wife, that I didn't buy something because my wife thought it was too much. And yeah, and she heard me saying that and she said it's not my fault if something didn't get bought, it's down to me. So just I'll put that message in, yes, from my wife. Anyway, let's get on and have a look at some glass. Got this little Pear candlestick here. Yeah, my wife might need to look at that. She's got the bigger versions of that, but £20, that's an okay price, I think. Not the cheapest, but not crazy.
These Pear candlesticks come in different, with different numbers of candles on them. They're designed by Stefan Gellerstad, and that was on the label there. So we actually have 2 like this, and I was going to try and persuade my wife to buy that one as an extra, you know. And but we paid £20 each for ours, I think, something like that, and £20 for a single stick seemed like a lot to her. So yeah, we didn't get it. But look at this. Here's a £5 one, and it sold £509.69 was the list price. Whether they got that or not, they probably got something close to it though. So yeah, there's a Pear here for £206, which makes that one, that's not sold though. Yeah, not sold. So, but what else did I find? I found this one here, which is a 4Z. But they're kind of, it's like 4 singles stuck together end to end. They want £566 for that one. And then I did find this single one. It is on Etsy, and they wanted £42 for that one. So it does make that £20 one look like a good price. I think it is. Yeah, we used to. My wife's out with me, and I'm kind of like, look at that. That's super cheap, and if she likes something, then she'll buy it. If I'm not saying it's super, I'll go, yeah, this is a good price. She'll be going, oh, I don't know. So I didn't win in selling her that one or getting her to buy it, or I'll probably end up buying it. But you get the idea. We didn't buy it. So, but yeah, they're good things. I think they're very stylish. If you can get a few candlesticks like that on your table, they look really nice. Like, you know, great for Christmas because they look like they're made out of ice. But anyway, we didn't buy it in the end because, yeah, it was not as cheap as the three candle ones that we've got already. That's, yeah, that kind of stopped my idea of buying it.
Got 2 Ravenhead little bowl things. I think the candle lights actually. Yeah, so they're cool. We have the bigger version of that, and yeah, it's designed by Alexander Hardy Williamson. He's from, I think, from about 1980. Yeah, they're really nice, and I think these are going to be a lot more expensive in the future.
So the Ravenhead Flare range is one of those things I think is underpriced. They're not super common. They're not rare, but they're not super common. I found this one here for sale for £12. Those ones were saying £15 each, but I imagine this is plus postage. Oh no, our prices include delivery in the UK, so this one is cheaper. But I think £15 is like an okay-ish price. There were £15 each there. And it says here dating from 1970s, but it is actually 1980 that they date from. And the designer is, and my brain's gone now, Alexander Hardy Williamson, that's it, yes. And my brain kicked into gear again. So, yeah, and I like his stuff because, yeah, this is like towards the end of his career, really. But the tumblers he did fantastic tumblers with designs on them, transfer printed designs from the sort of like late 50s into the 60s. And I think they're really cool, very much of their period. He did some of the later stuff as well, glass and stuff. But anyway, I'll show you the flare range because I've got to pull up a few bits just to see. So these are called lotus flowers, I think, yeah. So Ravenhead flare range, lotus flower. And then we've got, not even sure what this one is called, but it's a tea light. And it's a bit shorter and squatter and wider. It's a bit, there are some orifice bowls that are like this. I think he's kind of copying a bit, but they're not as textured as these are. Then you've got this. We've got one of these, I think. These are called Cactus. So it's flare range. It's still saying 1970s, but it's not 1970s. Anyway, but they do have Alexander Hardy Williamson as the designer on this one. And then the last one, and this is one I would like to try and get if I see it, is this bowl. I think it might be called Luna, I'm not sure. But anyway, I think this is quite cool. And these are all centrifuges, so they're all sort of like glass dropped into a spinning textured mold to create this look where the inside is really smooth because it's just like the glass has been driving up the side with nothing pressing against it, and then the outside is very textured. So yeah, and look at this one, it's 2250 and it's a huge fruit bowl, and kind of like, it's kind of, you could say it's mass produced at one level, but there are people involved. You can't just it's not just like it's stamped out by a machine. Someone has to take a dollop of glass and drop it into the mold that's spinning, and it has to be the right amount and all sorts of bits and pieces. So it's not as easy as it looks. And I think they're quite cool designs as well. But anyway, yeah, watch out for these. I think they're collectible. It's a pity that there's just not more of it and different colours too.
Yeah, said I'm not certain. He's saying still saying it's nanny still. With this plastic stopper, doesn't feel right. Yeah, but he's put 45 on this, and he's put 120 on the vase, which doesn't have a stopper. So that's saying it all. But this here, I've not picked this up yet, but I think this is Stromberg Titan. Yeah, here it is. Viking ship vase, 35. So that is actually, for a nice little chunk like that, that's a good price. And the etching is nicely done. Could be bigger, but yeah, I also recognise that. I think that's orifice vase there in the back. But I'm not going to pick it up, and I think that's going to stay where it is, and I'm not going to reference it because I can't show it to you properly anyway.
I know Emporium did copies of these Rihimaki Polaris vases and made them into decanters. But can I find any reference for that? No. So what I thought I'd do is I'd show you the difference. So this is 20th century glass. Here is the real thing. If I scroll down, I can show you the difference. Look at the way the pouring lip is here, where it comes to a sort of angles up and then goes round, very tight round at the top here. Now, the decanter we were looking at had a square pouring lip, completely squared off, and then the stopper had a squared top as well. But yeah, these don't come with stoppers, so that's not right. And also, the stopper is very, how can I say, very Emporium in that the way they make them, because they're just pressed glass, they'd make the the peg of the stopper smaller, and they'd make it so that a plastic flange could go over the top, and that would fit into the neck of the decanter. So yeah, I've even seen that because the flanges, because they're like 50 years old, start to break down. You can actually buy new flanges for your Empoli decanters. But anyway, yeah, the ones that we were looking at there are Empoli. This is the real thing. If it's got a stopper on it, it's Empoli. But the other thing to look at, if it doesn't have a stopper, does it have a square pouring lip, or is it angled like this here? And it makes a big difference to the price, unless you don't care and you're just having it for the look. The Stromberg's Heighten vase we were looking at there, I think it's this one here, the imaginatively named 1087/337. This is the Stromberg's Heighten 1977 catalogue, downloaded from the Bergdala Glastechniker website. And I've looked in the earlier catalogues and it's not there, so I've got a 1954 one. It probably means that this came out in the 60s or 70s, but it's still, you can still say 1977, yes, get that right, and it's still got some age. It's nearly 50 years old, at least nearly 50 years old. It might even be 60, could be closer to 70 really, because as I said, the catalogue I had before is 1954.
Here's something I haven't seen before. These, it says Sasaki glass, handcraft, Japan. And it looks a bit like something Nanny Store would do, but yeah, it's not that. Yeah, they're cool. They're really cool with the Harlequin colours and everything. I'm going to try. I've never heard of Sasaki before. We don't see much Japanese glass in the UK, so that's going to be worth looking up.
So I said that jug looked like something Nanny Still would do. I got it wrong actually, because I was thinking of these bottles here. Still Rihimaki, but it's Helena Tynell. Now, I've been hunting through looking for the jug and glasses. No, can't find them anywhere. And so what did I do? I just looked in general and Sasaki is now Toyo Sasaki glass, so it's still going today. This is their website. And and if I go, you can see they did quite a few different types of things now. So a lot of it, there's not much art glass on here. If you go, where is it? Hourglass, where there's actually not lots of different types. A lot of it is just tableware, some vases and bits and pieces. There's not much on the next page either. But they're still going, and that's always good. And they've been around a while, so when you go to the history, two separate companies, Toyo Glass Co. and Sasaki, and Sasaki started in 1902. And when did it say they merged? Not sure it does. No, actually, I don't remember it saying that. So anyway, I've read through this, and they're still going, and they're still. Oh, actually, that's what I didn't do. Yeah, 2002 they merged, and they're still going today. So, yeah, never heard of them before. I'm gonna have and you can download on here. You can download where it says, this is a bit weird. When you look at their glassware, you can download each page as a PDF. So I'm going to do that and keep a copy like these. This is the pages I was looking at, and you can see, look, it's each page is a PDF. It's a bit strange, but I'm going to download them all and see if I can find any other catalogues or any bits and pieces in case I see them again, because I was quite impressed with the jug and glasses. They look kind of 60s. The Harlequin glass, that was a fashionable thing back then, 60s and 70s, to do Harlequin glass sets. So anyway, that's what I've been able to find out about them.
I know they're very cheap. They weigh almost nothing. I think they're Bohemian. But look at how stylish this pattern is. It's a bit Rennie Mackintosh style. It's really nice.
We're looking at the Glas Musterbüsch website, and this is the Glas Export Novibor 1950 something catalogue, and it's just one of the pages from it. Now, this page also appears in a different catalogue. I think the company is called Kamenecki Senov, but it's in black and white. So I'm showing you this version, which is in colour. And I think Kamenecki Senov is the actual maker, and I think this is like an export catalogue. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not sure what the relationship, but this one's in colour. So we know it's Czech. We know it's from the 50s. And yes, I think, although this is not the same, this is Decanters and everything, but stylistically, we've got a lot of similar things. Some of these look like they've come out of the same, off the same design desk. Stuff like this one with the lines, vertical lines and horizontal lines. This one here, even though it's got birds, this one's got flowers. Yeah, and also, although I haven't got jugs here, these glasses down here look to be, I think this set here is about 4 of them where the glass looks to be the same shape. I didn't really look at jugs on it. Let me go back. I just looked at this, looked best, but let me just check the jugs. I think the jugs are not as close. Where are they? But are any of them the same shape as the one we were looking at? Let me just double check. I didn't do this. Sorry. I'm being a pain here to myself. And are any of the jugs the same shape? This one is relative. I think this one is the same shape. Yeah, it's got a curve in, curve out, and a little foot at the bottom. And also, you've got this element of banding and horizontal lines or vertical lines. So, yeah, this one is the same shape, and this one too, and this one. And any more? No, just these 3. And it shows you how, they have a shape. These are all blown into a mold, and they turn it in the mold, and then they take it out, and then they kind of like shape the top, put the lip on it, and put the pouring handle on and everything. So, yeah, these are probably out of the same mold, I think. So, I think we know where we're going with this. And also, this glass here, and it looks, not that one, that turns out a bit, but this glass here looks to be the same shape as well, and maybe that one there. So anyway, we know it's from Czech Republic or Bohemia, and we know it's from the 1950s, and I think it's Kamenecki Senov.
I did a film on them, and here's a wasp trap, I should say, with its original lid. These are kind of like Victorian style. I have no idea who these are by. This is a little cut glass vase, nice quality, and these look like really super quality cut glass vases, but in actual fact, when you feel it, it's pressed glass. It feels all soft and all that. The base And you can see, don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. There's a seam running right by there. So yeah, looks like good quality cut glass, but in actual fact, it's pressed glass. Put it back, put it back. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, part 5. There will be a part 6. Part 6 will be the last. I'm not sure where I'm going next. I'm going somewhere tomorrow, and I might just ask on the fly if I can film. They might say no, they might say yes, but we'll see. And I think I'll just close down on that point. So all the contact details for Pear Mill are in the description below. All the references I used are in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. And thank you for watching and have a good night. Good night.